I don't know.
Mom, couldn't fit it on his face.
Your girlfriend?
I have
a tattoo of Don also.
Why do I put your name on it? Schmuck. We have somebody on the phone who says they're Dick Cavett.
Hello, Ryder. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
It is Dick Cavett.
I heard what you said. I forgot what I was talking. Oh, here it is. What is it in the Bill of Rights?
You're not having another breakdown, are you, Dick?
Listen, if I am, you and I will share a room.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
Hey, Fred.
Yeah.
We're trying to do the news here. Would you stop interrupting us?
It's bumming me out, man.
No, I'm not. We
Snapping at me, telling me to shut up.
Because Charles is trying to talk and you won't be quiet. That's why you don't know anything.
He knows a lot.
Well, you know a lot, but I mean,
I know a lot.
How were sales yesterday? I don't know.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Blue World Beverage. An Austin City Limit Steel.
I've got dreams through I've got dreams.
Clinton, period. Interesting chat that you had with your members of your staff regarding the winner of the contest night. Well, give me somebody other than some dothead who's a retard. Who else is going to go to see this clownish Carnegie Hall?
Give me somebody on the phone who can talk.
What do you expect? Well, we're not giving away Aerosmith tickets, sir.
Imus, this ain't your mother's morning show.
I wasn't screaming at Holler. What did I say? I just said, give me somebody who's not in a coma.
First of all, if they have the right answer, what am I going to say? Y'all know you sound like you're in a coma. I got to get somebody else.
Are you a dothead? I'm sorry you can't win. What the hell does he want to see Delbert for?
What does anyone want to see Delbert for? Maybe he went to scalp the tickets for like $2 outside.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
His best value.
Cool change, electric air conditioners. Cool change, electric air conditioners.
See your authorized Frederick dealer today. He's in the yellow pages.
Charging him with the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Lyle Goldman. Los Angeles. 1994, Westwood One Incorporated. No portion of this program may be reproduced without the express written consent of the copyright owners. All rights reserved. This concludes the entertainment and revenue-generating portion of your broadcast day. We now return you to the rest of your local programming schedule. An indecipherable embarrassment of broadcasting incompetence that compels the station to subscribe to the Imus in the Morning program in the first place. The entertainment and revenue-generating portion of the broadcast day, the Imus in the Morning program, will resume Monday morning. Check your local listings for time and schedule.
For sports scores and sports news, it's WFAN 2020 Sports at the top of the hour, 20 past the hour, and 20 before the hour. That's 2020 Sports all day, every day on the Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
It's 10:01. Good morning. This is Mike Breen. 2020 Sports, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Good morning, everybody. Russ Salzberg here on this 15th day of July, 1994. 10:05 is the time. The number, as always, is 718-937-6666. That is 718-937-6666. So, I get off the air over at Channel 9 last night. Go home. To me, athletics is terrific for children. It teaches them about competing, about striving, about pushing, about teamwork. Nothing wrong with that. You gotta use those concepts in the world of business and life. So yeah, A's across the board, in the classroom and on the field. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Sports Radio 62. The Fan, WFAN.
Today's outlook partly cloudy. Highs again about 90. 74 degrees right now. That's what's happening. I'm Mike Breen, WFAN 2020 Sports, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Alrighty, Russ Salzberg back here on the Fan on this 15th day of July, 1994. The number, as always, is 718-937-6666. The year you remember, 1969. It was indeed the year the Mets performed a miracle and became World Series champions. You know, it has been curricular activities. Go ahead. But hats, T-shirts. I mean, Mink doesn't wear a hat. That's his benefit. This way, his dome gets a nice, rich brown tan.
Sure, in just 5 minutes.
There you go. Shakes and bakes, like going in a microwave. Anyway, we got Susan Wallman coming up after the noon break to talk Yankee stuff. So don't go away. After Miko with the update.
Sports Radio 62. The Fan, WFAN.
This is John Minko with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Maybe.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Alrighty, Russ Salzberg back here on the Fan. 718-937-6666 is the number as we head into hour number 3. As I told you last night, I went to sleep after 8 innings. Getting something to eat after I got on Channel 9. Sat down, had a bowl of ice cream. I should say fat-free yogurt, granola bar. And then I watched part of the Yankee game.
At the All-Star game. Thanks to Dan Wasserman, Laura Price, Mike Hayes, John Minko, Keith Chartrand, and Joey Leoy for taking me down memory lane. Mink with the flash, followed by Jody. I'm back on vacation. See you next week.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
This is John Minko with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN. New York.
And a good morning, everybody. 4 minutes after 9 in the AM. I'm JM Jody McDonald here on Sports Radio 66 WFAN. Hot Saturday morning. Going to be a hot Saturday afternoon as well. Chances are you're going to have some hot New York Ranger fans on the telephone lines today. That's one of the beauties of this business. You never, emphasize the word never, know what's going to happen and what direction you're...
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN. New York.
Couple of minutes in front of 10 here on the Fan in New York Saturday morning. Jody McDonald with you. We get in a call or two out. Unfortunately, it will hurt the local broadcast, but if it gets some of the superstars of the game out there on the national level, I think it'll help the game of baseball in general. Top of the hour here on the Fan. MacMan, hour in the books, 4 to play. Makeman's in. He'll get us caught up on everything going on in the world of sports. Then we'll return to you in the telephone line.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
The 50,000-watt clear channel voice of the Mets, Jets, Knicks, Rangers, St. John, and now Notre Dame football. He's the Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning. At 10 o'clock, this is John Minko. Temperature is 81 degrees, skies are sunny, and that's what's happening. This is John Minko with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN. New York.
5 after 10, Saturday morning, New York City.
81 degrees already, mid-80s, maybe getting up closer to 90 on a warm one. Jody McDonald here with you. We're going from the AM to the PM. Got 4 hours left. Lots of sports conversation coming up on the telephone lines. 718-937-6666. John Davidson, JD, voice of the Rangers, will join us during this hour. We'll also talk to Susan Waldman to allow Bob Kutkowski to continue to do business as usual. This was unexpected.
2020 Sports.
Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. I'm Vince Calisi, the baseball owner's pocket, I guess. But in terms of the fan who wants to see or wants a choice of watching their local teams, I mean, if I'm not a Yankee fan and I want to watch the Mets or National League team tonight, I can't do it. Can't watch the Braves, can't watch anything. I'm stuck. I either watch the Yankee game or I watch a movie on HBO. Take a break and be right back. 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station of New York Mets baseball. Back with you on the Fan, Sports Radio 66 WFAN. Richard Neer with you, and turning our attention away from hockey and baseball for a little bit and on to the marvelously civilized sport of golf. We join Peter McCleary of Golf Digest magazine, who is in Turnberry there. Peter, how are you? Good, Richard. How are you?
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN, New York.
Richard Neer back with you, Charlie and Queen.
What cleared
From Mr. Jelly Leakage. On Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN.
All right, and Steve Summers here, and you there, of course, and Ryan Williams on the other side of the glass. 718-937-6666, number to call. As we continue with the schmooze, of course, until Bob Salter at 6 o'clock right here on your Fan New York. And, of course, after today, it won't be difficult to get your cab anymore.
All right, that's a call to wrap up hour number 1 of Bagels and Baseball. Ed Coleman at Shea Stadium. We'll be taking it right up until Mets Extra today. The 25th anniversary of the world champion 1969 New York Mets. And the team batting practice will get underway in about a half an hour or so. Howie Rose will be down in the Mets dugout. We'll talk with quite a few members of that miracle team from 1969. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN.
All right, we're coming up on 11 o'clock. Howie Rose with you from Shea Stadium, Upper Deck Heroes of Baseball Day, which is a wordy way of saying Old Timers Day, and I think that's what everybody prefers, but the Upper Deck people have done such a good job in promoting the tour and helping assist the baseball assistance team. I mean, got to throw their name in there every once in a while, but the names everybody wants to hear from are mostly here at the ballpark. I say mostly because George Thomas Seaver is not. We'll have more on that and everything else coming up after the update.
You know, 1994 New York Mets will make their way up here to take on the San Diego Padres. Howie Rose will have Mets Extra for you in just a couple. For Howie, I'm Ed Coleman. And thanks to Sweeney Murdy, of course, and thanks to John Schweibacher for helping out down here, and to the Upper Deck people as well. We'll catch you on the other side.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN.
But let me also say this to the guests.
What?
Shut up and stop whining to Martha Sherrill. Good grief. You promote your tedious little project, and if we make fun of you, stop whining about it. Just simply because Joe Lieberman's wife...
Lieberman, that howdy-doody looking doofus?
that howdy-doody looking doofus will be on Friday.
After tomorrow, after the whack job.
After the whack job, that thief Aldemado, he'll be on tomorrow. And a little later this morning, that old bag Cindy Adams. Why don't we just take everybody out?
That old gefilte fish eating bag, Cindy Adams.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning on the Fan.
Confirmation hearings resume again today for that.
Think about Craig. Look at Stephen Breyer for that thieving gigolo, Stephen Breyer.
Gold digging old
In the morning on the Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock. I am Vince DeLisi. Any chance of showers, high in the upper 80s. 83 under partly cloudy skies right now, and that's what's happening. I'm Vince DeLisi with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station of New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
And good evening on an early Sunday evening, a little after 5 o'clock. Richard Neer will be here till 7. ESPN Radio starts at 7 o'clock, and then we'll have our ESPN game of the week tonight, the Tigers versus the Royals in Kansas City. And up until then, we'll take your phone calls. We'll have a panoply of guests. It's going to be kind of catch as catch can with the guests as well, because World Cup game is wrapping up. Shouldn't say wrapping up. It's one of those games that may not wrap up for a long with New York fans. Well, we'll talk about that if you want. 718-937-6666. World Cup headed for a shootout.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN.
20 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station of New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN, New York.
And we're back with you on the Fan. Richard Neer waiting to go to the shootout to determine the World Cup champion. Remember when this happened in hockey, in the Olympic hockey game, and we were saying, boy, this is something we really don't like seeing, because teams play their hearts out in hockey's case for 60 minutes.
This stuff sucks. Well, here comes something that sucks even worse. What's that? More of the Imus in the Morning program. Joe Queen this year.
Joe wrote the book, If Your Career's in Trouble.
Already got more.
Hold on a second, baby. Hi, everybody. This is Bill Clinton. Look, I'm going to be tied up for a couple minutes here with one of my constituents. But y'all stay tuned, because here comes more of the Imus in the Morning program. We'll be up here.
Daddy, you look so good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to get on the FDR Drive here. Now, we just dropped Joe off at 2nd Avenue and 34th Street.
Right.
2020 Sports.
I'll take this. Take dinners with her lesbian friends. Makes big investments with high dividends. Forgets to pay taxes, but then makes amends. That's why the First Lady is a tramp. She won't do housework, 'cause it makes her sick. Doesn't bake cookies like the rest of the chicks. The ace in her hole is a willy that's slick. That's why the First Lady is a tramp. She likes the way Christoph does her hair. National health care. She's rich, a bitch. Executive privilege is what makes her deaf. That's why the First Lady is a tramp. She always takes top when she fornicates. Gets really cranky when she menstruates. Prefers to stand up when she urinates. That's 'cause the First Lady is a tramp. She's sophisticated and so very well read. Doesn't care for the ballet. Likes pro wrestling instead.
did. She made Vince Foster shoot himself in the head, Rod. That's why the First Lady is a tramp. Ah, she likes the way that effeminate Christophe does her hair. National health care. She's rich. Oh, what a bit. Executive privilege is what makes her damp. That's why the First Lady. That is why the First Lady. That's why Miss Hillary is a tramp.
Copyright 1994, Infinity Broadcasting. All rights reserved. Imus in the Morning is a presentation of WFAN and the Westwood Radio Network.
This concludes the entertainment and revenue-generating portion of your broadcast day. We now return you to the rest of your local programming schedule. An indecipherable embarrassment of broadcasting incompetence that compelled the station to subscribe to the Imus in the Morning program in the first place. The entertainment and revenue-generating portion of the broadcast day, the Imus in the Morning program, will resume tomorrow morning. Check your local listings for time and schedule.
The 50,000-watt clear channel voice of the Mets, Jets, Knicks, Rangers, St. John, and now Notre Dame football. It's the Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning. At 10 o'clock, this is John Minko. John Minko with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66.
And a good morning, everybody. Russ Salzberg here on this Monday, the 18th of July, 1994. The number is always for you to call, 718-937-6666. Lots to talk about this morning, but the very first thing we're going to do on this Monday morning is play the new Mike Keenan word game. That's right, the new Mike Keenan word game. You pick. Don't blame that on lack of parking. Don't blame it on even the Mets not being a winning ball club. If the 69 Miracle Mets cannot draw a crowd on a wonderful summer day, something is wrong with baseball, period.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Who is sat here defended Neil Smith more than anybody GM in the area.
Lamarillo blew the Scott Stevens thing and cost another $4 million.
You know what?
Go after Lou
Bob, what, are you a Ranger fan?
Die hard.
You know what? You're also a butt kisser. Because I'm going to tell you why. You're worried. You're in this paranoia business. Now, you bring it up Lou Lamarillo. Lou Lamarillo's the culprit. For crying out loud, I have defended Neil Smith more than anybody. But he did not handle this properly. At all. You don't let things get 30 days with the head coach. You don't let that happen. Especially when you're going on vacation. That's wrong. You're not putting the best interests of the organization forward. You're not getting the job done. Neil Smith screwed up. Mike Keenan acted like a jerk. And now the Rangers are going to have a new head coach. Speak to you tomorrow.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Sports on WFAN, the flagship station of New York Mets baseball. Consider
Mike and the Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66. WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the Fan. That's a cricket fire, turn it on and try it. Mike and the Mad Dog, WFAN.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? Mike and the Mad Dog on the Fan, the 18th day of July,
1994, Good Daddy Board, talking about the world of sports. 718-937-6666. Two-way sports talk. Telephone numbers, you're talking about what's cooking. Sue Harrison and Robert W. Gelb across the way. As we chat about a busy weekend in the world of sports. Good afternoon, Mike. How are you?
I'm fine, Doc.
How you doing, all right?
It was a busy weekend, and, you know...
In the arch.
Mike and the Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66. WFAN.
I'm a heavyweight champion of the world. I'm still in solitary confinement.
I hear people, though.
Well, I'm having a party.
Oh, okay. Well, now what?
Here's more of the Imus in the Morning program.
Is the senator on now?
He's on hold. Yes, he is.
I am tremendously happy. I can tell you something. I hear you had the singing priests and rabbis on. I mean, this is ecumenical. Hanukkah bushes are out, and, you know.
You know that you must know those guys from...
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, poor old Les Aspen now, right before Christmas here. Now
Yeah, just before we got to skin them. Right before Christmas, they pushed them off the plank. Next is Christopher. The ghost of Christmas for Christopher. Out. Goodbye.
And the only man alive who looks more like E.T. than the I-Man. And now more of the Imus in the morning.
good morning, John.
Hi, Imus.
2020 Sports.
Everybody knows one.
The great Neil Diamond belting out another hit. Good morning. This is Mike Breen with sports. What does that got to do with anything? Nothing. He's just a good singer. In the NBA, Knicks beat the Phoenix Suns.
Too bad.
Well, good to hear.
Boy, weather.
Are you down on the weather?
You know, I don't mind it, as long as it's not too humid.
The phone's just lighting up with callers on sports radio stations all across the country.
Snappy banter there.
And certainly certain callers can make a show.
Jerry in Queens is on the fan. Good morning, Jerry.
Yeah, this is Jerry from Queens. I'd like to talk about...
A special time of year. And they wonder why sports radio doesn't work. Huh? Even singing. Jesus God. Just a sampling of some of the fine callers.
Third and 10, Clark's to the left, Solomon to the right.
Hey, buddy, this stuff sucks.
Well, here comes something that sucks even worse.
What's that?
More of the Imus in the Morning program. We got to do the news. So what are
34 hours a day. Welcome to 1-900 Imus. For latest Imus in the Morning physical updates, press 1. For latest Imus in the Morning psychological updates, press 2. Here are the latest vital sign readings for Imus. The Imus pulse is 38. The Imus respiration rate is 26. The Imus blood pressure is 120 over 68. Today's estimated Imus libido potential, no boner again. Here is the latest Imus in the Morning psychological update. Today's apparent Imus attitude is detached. The current Imus mood is murderous. The Imus life is in the toilet. The combined apparent Imus demeanor index is he's drinking again. Now, find out who Imus may drop the hammer on up to 8 hours in advance. Press 3 on your touch-tone phone. Hello, here is a brief list of today's most likely Imus merciless beating victims. D'Amato, Ebersol, Jim Nance, Prince of Kuwait, Eileen, Jerry Glanville, Lawrence Tish, Kiki Vanderway, that doof Breen, that doof McCord. The Imus in the Morning Moodcast from American Express. Don't tune in without it.
This is the Imus in the Morning program, WFAN, New York.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you like
She's
it.
got nice boobs.
Now, that'll be fine. Anyway, here's Jane with the news. Good morning, Jane.
O.J. Simpson's lead defense attorney...
Lester in the Bronx. Lester, you're on the fan. How you doing, Russ, my man? You better take a chill pill, brother. You're going crazy. I know, Lester. Listen, man. Go ahead. I really enjoy you on the radio, Russ. I agree with you 100% on that, Nancy Kerrigan. Well, you know, believe me, it's a terrible thing that somehow, you know what, and Don and I, we're on the same page. All my point is this, Lester, is that you just can't give the person, as terrible as it is, because they were attacked. Hey, Monica, go ahead.
If I ain't got your point by now, he never gonna get it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Back to football.
Go ahead.
Now, I know it's a sore point with you, man, so please don't cut me off because I'm black. But I am sick and tired of the continual plantation mentality in the NFL today, man.
Go ahead.
You know, the Jets hiring Pete Carroll, their new head coach, their new white head coach, man.
Who should they have hired?
How about Tony Dungy from the Vikings, man? He relegated to the back of the NFL bus, man.
Well, I can't argue with the point about Tony.
No, you can't.
Tony Dungy. At the same point,
you don't see it, do you?
No.
Maybe if you took the sheets off your head, you see it.
Why is that, Lester?
Because you don't understand the frustration of a Colin Ferguson, man. Because there ain't no black coaches in the...
Hold it. Now you're gonna compare Colin Ferguson?
That's right.
You're gonna compare... Now, how would you view Colin Ferguson?
The man was frustrated. Ain't no black coaches, ain't no jobs, ain't no nothing.
Oh, okay, the man was frustrated. Ain't no black coaches. So he went on a train and killed people.
Yeah, how many black men at the FAN?
Hold on a second.
Mr. Whiteberg.
Hold on a second. Can you swim? Lester, can you swim?
Can you survive?
Can you swim, Lester?
Can you survive with
Can you swim? Because if you can't swim, you drown. Don't start this crap with me, people, because I'm not going to take it.
What a moron.
Some dopey moron is going to get on the radio and condone, and it's understandable what Colin...
Bernie.
At least he expresses himself well.
Yeah, great syntax. Jesus, God, did he go to any school?
Hello.
That was pretty funny. But you got, see, the problem is, Bernie, is you can't get too out of line because then they just cut you right off, you know. But yeah, just played him a little longer. Yeah, that was good, Bernie. On the phone with us now, the aforementioned Russ Salzberg. Good morning, Russ.
I hate all of you.
Why? Why do you hate us?
Lester,
So, brother?
when he said Whiteberg,
Yeah.
I said to myself, that could have been a white guy.
No, don't try to weasel out of the deal. Now, the fat Nancy who I fired.
Don't be picking on Nancy.
I hate Nancy.
Don't be picking
Oh,
on
because you know why?
As much as you hate Nancy,
Let me tell you.
she hates you more.
Let me tell you something about Nancy.
Vince Scalisi with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station of New York Mets baseball.
Mike and the Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66 WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the fan. Nothing can get by 'em, turn it on and try 'em. Mike and the Mad Dog, WFAN.
How are you today? Mike and the Mad Dog on the fan, the 19th day of July, 1994. Good to have you aboard. Mike and the Mad Dog with you here until 6 o'clock. Good show on the board today. Neil Smith will join us, and Fernando Floro, the Bronx Borough President, Sue Harrison, and Bobby Kelp. Across play all the baseball to talk about, and good afternoon, Michael. How are you?
Hello, Doc.
How you doing today, babe?
I'm fine.
I'd like to get a kick out of this. I know you heard all the things. Susan, Eddie, and hopefully some other folks before we, this next hour about baseball. So go away.
Mike and the Mad Dog, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Maybe you think local news, they will not do it.
Mike and the Mad Dog, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon. It's 5 o'clock. I'm Vince DeLisi.
Can't you smell that smell? Scotto here with you. And now for something we need about as much as another Yoko Ono record. More of the Imus in the Morning program.
I just walked in. Yes. I may be dead, but I'm still tuned in. And now more of the Imus in the Morning program with James Carville. Over from the Archdiocese, His Eminence, John Cardinal O'Connor, with the New York Lotto numbers. Good morning, Cardinal O'Connor.
Good morning, God, lads. Been a long time, Mr. Mars.
Yes, it has.
Not long enough, you cradle-robbing cadaver, you Jesus.
That will be fine.
The winning numbers of the New York State Lottery is as follows.
That's why you're here, to report those, and that's it.
So how are things going for the I-Man here on Meet the Puds?
Where are the numbers?
Taking a little heat from the big leading media for being the low-rent social retard that you are, Mr.
Well,
Mars.
I guess a little.
Enough of the bull shenanigans. I tell you what's really offensive.
What?
Really offensive is listening to the likes of Nina Totenberg.
Well,
the beast of the Beltway.
Leave her alone.
Yak on about this or that. Ad nauseam, be Jesus. What's vulgar is the sound of your cocaine-damaged nostrils sweeping in the background, I tell you that. It's seen as your salary, you pigeon-chested pedophile, you.
Pigeon-chested pedophile?
Any number.
Well, what are they?
109.
All right, 109.
Speaking of bad taste, Mr. Lamar.
Yes?
I think it was NBC. At the big movie of the week Sunday night. About a woman with breast cancer, be Jesus.
Well, now, I hope we're not going to take this where I think we're going to take it.
They actually call it My Breast.
Yes?
I guess we're lucky she didn't have rectum cancer, be Jesus.
That's not necessary.
My arse on TV, I tell you.
Cardinal O'Connor?
Can't wait for the movie about prostate cancer.
That will be fine.
Wiener, be Jesus. Make you sick.
Didn't I ask you about this?
Yes, you this time, Mr. Lamar.
What?
What do you get when you cross a crooked politician with a crooked lawyer?
I don't know.
Chelsea Clinton, did you? I tell you that. The win-ball number. Win-ball number.
Oh, that's a great one.
0928.
What was that again? That was good.
Dumb bastard shit.
That will be fine. We don't need to resort to vulgarity here.
All right, boys and girls. Carlin smoke a little springtime limerick for you out there.
Oh, good. I like the springtime limerick.
Gather around the radio, boys and girls.
All right, we're all gathered around.
We'll call it Hope and Despair.
Hope and despair. Oh.
Ah, yes, Clinton's in trouble.
Well, you have, Cardinal, we've talked about this for 5 years. We have to talk a little louder.
A little disappointed, Mr. Mark.
What?
I thought by now you'd be dead, be Jesus.
Well, let's just do our little limerick.
Ah, yes, Clinton's in trouble as we approach the summer. But the I-Man's alive, and that's a bummer. Paula Sue's Bill says she knows what's in his shorts. But what if the evidence won't stand up in the court?
Well, fine.
The I-Man to marry before much time elapses. Let's switch on his big day. But the good lung collapses. Bubba's BJ from PJ in exchange for a job. Hey, what's D.D. Myers done for this slop?
Definitely fine.
So there's hope in the air. Do not despair. Al Gore in 94. No more eye jive in 95.
That was it?
You went. The picture?
Oh, that was really pretty weak at the end there, Cardinal.
Yes, you this time, Mr. Mark.
Yeah.
What do you get when you turn a blonde upside down, be Jesus?
I don't want to know.
A brunette with bad breath, I tell you.
Go on.
What ball number? The picture numbers is as follows.
I asked you
7,
about
10, 16, 17, 23, 24, 27, 34, 35, 38, 44, 47, 52, 53, 64, 65, 68, 70, 77, 79. The big jackpot this Wednesday night, hi, Mr. Mark.
What is it?
Be a few $1 million as well.
Well, how many million?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 BGs. We can't tell right now, Mr. Mark.
Okay,
which does them along and why?
All right, which does them along and why?
Which does them along and why?
Okay.
A. Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
B. Calvin Klein.
Calvin Klein.
C. Hi, Mr. Lamar. Which does them along and why?
Well, obviously, Calvin Klein.
Wrong, you two-legged bag of puss, you.
Oh, come on.
Well, all three of these horny deviants are noted for suavely dropping their trousers in hotel rooms.
Yeah.
The answer is A. Bill Clinton doesn't belong because unlike the other two, Bill Clinton doesn't bend over after dropping these drawers.
That will be fine.
Move along, go on ahead now.
John Cardinal O'Connor here on the Imus the Morning program, and
Just take that earring off, you little...
that's why he's not on very often.
It was set on the greatest day they have ever known.
Lemonade Euphoria. That makes me feel pretty good, too. This Fruitopian moment is brought to you by Fruitopia, the real fruit beverage from Minute Maid. For the mind, body, and planet.
Hi, Brian. Funk that! Question. Why
is it that every time I'm walking down the street, Imus wanna stop me just to ask me if I saw him on Letterman? Come on, man. Fuck that. Get out of my way. Question. Why is it that every time I walk into the bank, the tellers look at me like I'm the one who didn't send them their Auto Body Express t-shirt yet? Come on, man. Fuck that. What are you looking at?
You.
Call Fred.
1-800-272-1957.
Question. Why is it that every time I turn on the radio, I hear Imus play the same Delva McClinton and Kinky Friedman song 15 times a day for 3 years? Man, fuck that! Get a new CD. Shut up. Question. Why is it that Imus asks me for money when I ain't got none? What is that, in-thing or something? Let me remind this dude he ain't got no money and I'm making $5 million a year, huh? Man, fuck that. Get a real job. You know, every time I see my neighbor, he tells me how boring Imus is. And then look at me like I'm the one who interviewing Jeff Greenfield and Anna Quinlan. Come on, man. Fuck that. What are you listening to?
Get down. This is the Imus in the Morning program, WFAN, New York. Good morning, everybody, right now.
Oh, Rush Limbaugh here. Unfortunately, you're not listening to the EIB. You're listening to the SOB. And now, more of the Imus in the Morning program.
Fred Imus is in El Paso, Texas.
Just like a woman. Yes.
Sports on WFAN, the radio home of Richard Neer and the flagship station for New York Mets baseball. Good evening, Richard Neer with you on the Fan here till midnight, and tomorrow I will be witnessing one of the incredible events in the world of sports. That's it, Bill Daughtry with a golf club in his hand. My God, I don't know if we're ready for this. You know, there's the moon landing. This is the anniversary of that, anniversary of Woodstock, the Mets pennant, but the big event will be Bill Daughtry playing golf at Tamarack tomorrow in the Tim Tuffle charity tournament for leukemia. Now, you're going to be there, too.
Well, Charles is gone.
I want to hear the news. I'll read a paper.
Yeah.
She sucks.
No, she doesn't. So.
She sucks.
Here's Jane Messler. Good morning, Jane.
Thank you so much, and this is so good for my self-esteem, Imus. In the news...
Keith, I charged at Shea Lewis in Arlington, Virginia, $41.
Right.
I have my 712 statement.
Right.
And it's billed to me as $410.
Well, that's a new policy we have.
What do you mean it's a new policy?
The new policy is that, whenever we can, when it looks like we can get by with it, we try to charge more than the actual charge was, and hope the customer doesn't recognize it.
Well, this customer has recognized it, and I'd like it corrected immediately.
Well, it's not going to be.
What do you mean it's not going to be?
Not only is it not going to be, but if you don't shut up about it, we're going to take your credit card away from you.
Could I speak to your supervisor, please?
I am my supervisor. I am my own man, as a matter of fact.
What is your first name, Mr. Marshall?
Joe.
Joe? Are you... Is this a joke, Mr.
No, I'll tell you what the joke's on your pants, okay, both? The joke is, you're going to pay the $410 away.
Imus in the morning.
Partly sunny.
That's what's happening. This is John Minko with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
And good morning, everybody. Russ Salzberg with you here on this Thursday, the 21st day of
July, 1994. The number for you to call, as always, is 718-937-6666. This morning is the morning that both sides, the Rangers and Mike Keenan, are supposed to submit their written positions. Not even just about winning anymore. People are saying winning is boring. It's got to be more than that. Sports has changed a great deal.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York, WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon. It's 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Olden.
That's a wrap on today. Mike and the Mad Dog coming up. My thanks to Mets owner Fred Wilpon, Charles Farrell, the National Director of the Rainbow Commission for Fairness in Athletics, Eddie Schizzeri, Sue Harrison, Paul Olden, Minko with updates, and as always, you the fans. Until tomorrow, Russ Salzberg saying bye-bye, so long, and farewell.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN.
Sports Radio.
What's happening? I'm Paul Olden with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station of New York Mets baseball.
Mike and the Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66, WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the Fan. Nothing can get by 'em, turn it on and try 'em. Mike and the Mad Dog, WFAN.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? Christopher Russo on the Fan on a Thursday here in New York, the 21st day of July, 1994, 718-937-6666. Two-way sports talk. Telephone number. Mike has the afternoon off. He has to have some dental work done, so Mike will be back with us tomorrow as we talk about the world of sports. Lots going on in all the baseball situations, the strike, labor, the whole bit.
Move up to Westchester, move out of there so I can bring Mike Kidd back to the game.
Steve lives about a block from where George might build a new stadium in Westchester. That's where he's coming from. 5 o'clock, Olden sniffing along, and we're coming back. Don't go away.
Mike and the Mad Dog, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
2020 Sports.
Good evening. It's 5 o'clock. I'm Paul Olden.
Mike and the Mad Dog, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Back on the Fan for our 5 of our radio program. Nice to have you aboard on a Thursday here in New York, 21st day of July. No Mike today's got some dental work done. He was in trouble with that. Took care of it this morning. Nice to have you with us. 718-937-6666. Sean Kemp today. You heard Steve Palermo today, the Major League umpire, all the Baseball Network stuff. He does games. Steve does go to that White Sox work.
Scholarships, you're dealing with big schools who can offer a heck of a lot more than you can. 718-937-6666. We'll have the flash, and we'll be right back taking your phone calls. Stay with us.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN.
Sports Radio.
It's on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN.
And we are back on the Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN. We have 2 more hours to spend together until midnight. And Sweeney Murdy promises that Dominique will be with us later this hour. No, we're not talking about Dominique the singing nun. We are talking about Dominique Wilkins, coveted by many Knicks fans. We'll get his attitudes toward whether he wants to come here and what kind of conversations perhaps he's had and with whom. We'll get to the bottom of it.
And now the end is near. It might be time to just retire. My friends, they all steer clear. They're all afraid I might expire. But now my pants are full, and so I say, not in a shy way, I'll go, I'll say goodbye, I'll hit the highway. Good. Duets, I did a few. I even sang with that guy Bono. He said the curse with F. I was impressed, 'cause he's a homo. My songs, I know them well, the word by heart. Something about doing my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, without my teeth, I could not chew. But through it all, though aging sucks, I still command the big time buck. I gotta call my tailor Saul. He don't work Friday. I did all I could do. I did it all. It was amusing. But now when I wake up, I find it all so confusing. Sometimes I'll take a drive, then take a nap right on the highway. So you, there in your car, get out of my way. But what is a man supposed to do when he is done before he's through? And though he has a lot of spunk, that Harry Connick is just a punk. His records show he really blows. Can't do it my way.
Hey, Frank. Frankie, get him. What's the matter here? You got another shoulder, though, Frank. Right on. Get the car.
I'm Imus in the morning. It's about 23 till the hour here in New York. How sick is this? I'm calling in my own radio program. Anyway, Delbert and I are going to be at Carnegie Hall tonight. Well, Delbert's going to be there. I mean, I'm going to introduce him and then go wait in the limo with Bo Dietl, so. And we're going to try to get Delbert to do this one, play it, It's a thing Eugene McDaniel wrote. Sing a song, son.
Jeff Greenfield, he's funny. Gotta love Jeff. He's the guy who's got his finger on the pulse. And I'm thinking, on the pulse of what? Not Imus. Imus doesn't have a pulse.
That's fine.
Hey, are you going down to D.C.?
Yeah, we're going to go down next Wednesday and Thursday, right?
Great place.
Yeah.
But what is it? It's not a state. It's not a city. It's a district. What kind of district? Is it a school district? Is it like a red light district? I think it's like the garment district. Except instead of trousers, they make laws. Basically the same thing.
Well, yes.
Before a bill becomes a law, they have to alter it a few times. Cut out some stuff, add some stuff, check the themes, and then make sure it fits. Fits the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And I'm thinking, who are these people?
Sorry.
You're funny, Imus.
Shut up.
Are you going to die soon, Imus?
How's that 12-year-old girlfriend of yours doing?
She's great, Imus. And I'm thinking,
I'm a rich guy. Why am I dating a 12-year-old girl? And then I'm thinking, what are you kidding me? Look at Imus. He's a rich guy.
Well, yeah,
He's dating a 12-year-old girl.
She's not 12. She's a mature woman of almost 30.
Well, proportionally, Imus. She's a 12-year-old girl.
Well, I don't think so. Get off
30 to you is like 12 to me.
Get off the phone.
And I'm thinking, why am I raiding the kindergarten today? Who are these people?
It's just going nowhere, isn't it?
Why are we still on the phone?
Why don't you just hang up? Let me hear you hang up.
You don't want them at the phone.
Yeah.
You're on one end, they're on the other end. You're talking, but you're not there.
And you're thinking,
I'm thinking, what is this?
Idiot.
Talk.
Shut up.
It's the weirdest thing. Did you ever call up somebody and say, hello, who is this? And I'm thinking, you call me. Who is this? Get off the phone.
It's time for the news and here with all that.
You don't want about the news, Imus.
Yes, I do want.
You trusted somebody to tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
Why didn't you find out yourself? Pick up a newspaper.
No, why? I understand.
Newspapers, they're kind of funny, aren't they, Imus?
Well, yeah, they are.
They make your hands dirty. And I'm thinking, why?
Why do they make your hands dirty?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Of course!
Here's Charles.
That's his point.
Oh, I see.
What's the point I'm making?
Oh, okay, I get it now.
You pick up a paper, you want to read the news, you go right to the editorial section so that some smart guy can tell you what you're supposed to think about what you should have read yourself. What's the point?
I don't.
And I'm thinking, Anna Quinlan, get out!
I leave Anna Quinlan alone.
How old is she, Ivan?
She's about 40.
Oh, too old for both of us.
Well, yes, she is. If you divided her by 2, she's still too old for both of us.
You're funny.
You're an idiot.
Good line, Ivan. I can see why you're on the radio.
Well,
You ever wonder about the radio? You're in your car, there's a voice in your car, and the person isn't in the car with you.
yes.
I'm thinking, who is this person?
Yes, I understand that.
Why do people like to wake up to the radio? That's what I can't figure out. If I want somebody screaming at me about how stupid I am, I'll just let my wife wake me up.
I'm wondering.
And I'm wondering, why am I listening to some old fool screaming at me about how stupid I am? Do you ever wonder about time, Imus?
Well,
2 minutes past the hour, 5 minutes before the hour. Who cares?
well,
You're not going anywhere.
well, I have stuff I have to do.
It's a constant reminder that you have very precious little time left alive.
Well, I got
What time is it? What date is it? It's a lot later than it was when you were born. There's not much time left, Imus.
No, there's probably not.
Especially for you.
Well, there's plenty of time left for me. Well, not plenty of time, but there's some time. Yeah.
Imus.
Well, we don't really know, though, do we? Do you ever wonder about that?
Tick, 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 Imus. Tick, tick, tick.
I hear you.
Time marches on.
I know that, but...
Is it marching fast? Is it marching slow? Is it marching in formation, Imus? These are the things I think about.
I know they are. They're not funny, but I know you think about them.
Hey, but I'm rich and I have a 12-year-old girlfriend.
I know, so...
And I'm thinking, it's good to be the king.
Mike Mayers, good morning. This is Mike Braden with sports. Tonight is the evening, Game 7, Stanley Cup Finals. Rangers could end 50...
Every right-wing boy and girl all around the industrialized world gonna do the Limbaugh rock all around the Limbaugh clock. Mama be nimble, Willie be slick. First husband Clinton makes me sick. Be the first one on your block. Try and do the Limbaugh rock. Limbaugh's to the right now. A little further to the right now. A little further to the right. How conservative can you go? Clinton's main artillery is that shrew Miss Hillary. We here at the EIB fear her feminazi tyranny. Though she loves to politic, she'd be better at turning tricks. Don't intend to offend or shock. I'm just doing the Limbaugh rock. And now, time for another homosexual update. According to Outweek, you should excuse the expression homosexual rag. Gay weddings are on the rise. My question is, at a homosexual wedding, where do they stick the bouquet? White's my face and red's my neck. Quite far from politically correct. Lifetime member of the NRA. Same goes for the KKK. All the homeboys in my hood all wear hoods like homies should. Put a Negro in a hammerlock. Come on, do the Lambaugh rock. Come on over to the right now. You don't have to be that bright now. How conservative can you go? Rush Limbaugh saying Sieg Heil. And remember, folks, if an Afro-American, liberal, lesbian, feminazi Jew should move into your neighborhood, do the right thing. Kill her. More after this.
Imus in the morning, 2020 Sports.
Good morning. This is John Minko.